So let's review. God is a missional God, and His mission is our mission, and the mission forms the church. While it should go without saying that Christian faith is not simply a body of knowledge that we agree with, it's something about which we are meant to live out. The teaching of the Bible is meant to inform the way we live, as well as transform the people that we become. In living out our faith, our goal is to imitate the life of Jesus. When others observe us, there ought to be a reflection of the person of Jesus. This living imitation of Jesus is a type of incarnation, which literally means in the flesh. Jesus was the incarnation of God, and He lived according to what the Spirit of God led Him to live like. Anyone who has seen Him has seen the Father, He said. I have come to do the works of the Father. I only speak what the Father has told me to say. These are just a few examples which illustrate that Jesus' own self-awareness was that He was living out the life of God among people. In turn, the church, which is Christ's body on earth, is to incarnate the life of Jesus to others. Therefore, we seek not only to model what Jesus did and imitate Him in our individual lives, but we are to consider what this means for the corporate body, the gathering of the people, whether that be in large gatherings or in smaller groups. Practically speaking, this means that just as Jesus identified with the people among whom He ministered, we too should be able to identify with the residents of Burlington and the neighborhoods that make it up. Jesus never lived in holy isolation from those to whom He came to minister among. Proximity with others was always a part of Jesus' ministry, even while purposefully maintaining rhythms of separation for the purpose of being renewed and restored. And in particular, Jesus seemed to have a soft place in His heart for the down and outers, the poor, the widow, the children, the marginalized, the ill, the neglected. They were never far from Jesus. In John 20:21, Jesus says to His followers, "As the Father has sent me, I am sending you." The word translated as is sometimes translated as just as, or in a similar manner. In other words, we are sent as Jesus was sent, and ought to be imitating His ways. The church lives as Jesus lived. Theologian Darrell Gruder summarizes the implications of the incarnation in this way. In the incarnation of Jesus Christ, God revealed Himself as the one who is with and for His creation. Now, as the risen Lord sends His Spirit to empower the church, we are called to become God's people present in the world with and for the world. To speak of the incarnation missionally is to link who Jesus was, what Jesus did, and how He did it in one great event that defined all that it means to be Christian. When the church is perceived as against people, when it pulls people out of proximity from the people to whom it's been sent, when it's perceived as being estranged from the community, it's failing to live a life of incarnation of Jesus to its neighborhood. And when the church is with the community, when it's for people as Jesus was for people, when it's engaged with the neighborhood, then they're incarnating the life and ways of Jesus. The church lives as Jesus lived.